Makayla Sue Bauman was born in Indianapolis on October 23, 2005. Friends and relatives later described the recent high school graduate as vibrant and outgoing, someone who lit up every room with her smile. The same obituary remembered her dream of becoming a cosmetologist. On the evening of September 29, 2024, Makayla and her 15-year-old brother drove to the Parkview at Beech Grove apartment complex, just outside Indianapolis, to sell a small quantity of marijuana. Let's get to know each other. Write down where you are from and what time you are watch this video. The deal had been arranged on Snapchat with a Beech Grove high school classmate who used the screen name Man Man. Man Man was later identified as Emmanuel Carter, then 15. According to probable cause affidavit, a separate witness said Carter messaged that he intended to rob the prospective sellers at night and that he and an associate were waiting with 2 black handguns. When Carter and a second male walked up to Bauman car, both pointed guns to the driver's window and shouted, "Give me everything, you want to die?" Makayla's brother threw the vehicle into reverse to escape. The 2 assailants opened fire. Multiple 9mm and 10mm shell casings were later recovered at the scene. 1 round struck Makayla, who was in the front passenger seat. Her brother drove to nearby Riva Ridge Drive and called 911 paramedics rushed Makayla to Methodist Hospital, where she was pronounced dead a short time later. IMPD officers secured the parking lot and began canvassing for witnesses and video. The next morning, detectives located Carter inside an apartment at the same complex. He agreed to be interviewed. Carter admitted helping arrange a marijuana sale, but denied shooting, claiming his brother fired both weapons after the buyers pulled out guns. Investigators said gunshot residue tests were positive on Carter's clothing. The teenage witness who was inside the apartment that night told police that Carter had talked about jacking a plug, robbing a marijuana seller, and showed him the 2 pistols shortly before the victims arrived. The same witness said he heard gunfire moments after Carter and the other male walked outside. Detectives collected the shell casings, took photographs of bullet strikes on nearby vehicles, and seized security camera video that showed 2 figures running toward Building 12 immediately after the shots. Although faces were not clear, the clothing matched Carter's description in several Snapchat images. During a second recorded interview, Carter again denied firing a gun. He maintained that he fled when shots rang out. Investigators confronted him with messages retrieved from the disappearing Snapchat thread in which he had allegedly discussed carrying out a robbery. Carter invoked his right to silence, and the interview ended. Forensic technicians forwarded the 9mm and 10mm casings to the Indianapolis-Marion County Forensic Services Agency. The lab entered the evidence into the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network, NIBIN, to determine whether either weapon had been used in earlier crimes. Results have not been made public. 2 days after the shooting, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office filed a probable cause affidavit listing 2 counts of murder, attempted robbery resulting in serious bodily injury, and dangerous possession of a firearm against Carter. Because Indiana allows direct file murder charges for youths age 16 and over, the state signaled it would seek to move the then 15-year-old into adult court once he had his 16th birthday. Indiana's direct file statute permits prosecutors to charge 16 and 17-year-olds as adults for murder or attempted murder without a separate waiver hearing. Indiana Code 313-12. Annual state reports confirm that homicide is the single most common offense leading to juvenile waiver, accounting for roughly 14% of waived cases in recent years. Carter turned 16 in late December 2024. On June 30th, 2025, the Marion County prosecutor formally charged him as an adult with murder, knowingly kill another human being, felony murder, kill while committing robbery, attempted robbery causing serious bodily injury, level 2 felony, dangerous possession of a firearm, level 5 felony. Court records list Carter's trial date as September 29th, 2025, the first anniversary of Makayla Bauman's death. If convicted of either murder count, the sentence range is 45 to 65 years in the Indiana Department of Correction, plus up to 20 additional years for the firearm enhancement. Juveniles sentenced to DOC time are held in the juvenile unit until age 18 before transfer to an adult facility. Defense counsel has filed a motion to suppress Carter's police statement, arguing he did not have meaningful access to an adult advisor before waiving his Miranda rights. Prosecutors contend the consultation requirement was met because Carter spoke briefly with an uncle just prior to questioning. A suppression ruling is pending as of July 2025. No one else has been charged, and police have not publicly identified the alleged second shooter. Investigators say the case remains open. Makayla Bauman's funeral drew hundreds of mourners. A GoFundMe campaign set up by relatives surpassed its U.S. $20,000 goal for funeral expenses and a scholarship in her name. Community members continue to leave candles and stuffed animals near the parking space where she was shot. Local media coverage reignited debate over youth violence and social media drug deals. Nationally, the FBI reports that robbery fell 13.6% year over year in the first half of 2024, even as individual cities like Indianapolis struggle with clusters of teen-on-teen violence tied to illicit cannabis sales. Advocates press lawmakers to balance accountability with rehabilitation. Supporters of direct file laws argue to protect the public. Critics cite adolescent brain research and warn that long adult sentences for teens have little deterrent effect. The Indiana General Assembly has so far declined to alter its waiver statutes. While the legal questions play out, Makayla's family focuses on remembrance. Her mother has spoken at school assemblies about the risks of informal drug sales arranged over disappearing message apps. "If this can save one kid," she told a local news crew, "then my daughter's life will still mean something." The courthouse countdown continues toward September 29, 2025. 12 jurors will decide whether Emmanuel Carter is criminally responsible for Makayla Bauman's death, but a broader reckoning, how smartphones, guns, and a $40 drug deal ended one young life and jeopardized another, is already underway. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment where you're watching from. For more true crime stories just like this every day.